Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So I'll be honest, I've finally got around to doing this video. I've been putting it off for a while because I really don't like this boss. This boss annoys the crap out of me and I just don't think it's worth it. I already have 2 out of 3 of the Holy Relics and I just don't enjoy doing it. So I suppose that also comes with the disclaimer that I will be running through everything all the way up to Floor 3, Phase 3, and I'll explain all the gimmicks. But I have never completed this boss in its entirety. I've never finished Phase 3 of Floor 3. I've finished everything else, and I've got him down to about half health on his final life, but I've never been bothered to finish it. You need very good RNG, potentially a higher box CC than me, and you need to change the gear setup on the units. And again, I just don't care enough about this boss to do that. So we're going to be running through everything, and I'll show you guys all the gimmicks and everything all the way up, but you guys might not see me complete this. And if that's something that makes you angry and you don't want to watch this because of that, that's fair enough. But I'm just being transparent. That's where I'm at, and there's not enough good relics on this boss to justify it yet. So we're going to be running through the full guide. I'm going to be running this team. If you haven't seen the team building guide, I'll put it in the description below, so go check that out. This is the equipment I'm going to be running, just HP defense, HP defense, HP defense, and attack crit. And then these are my links as well. Now, like I'm saying about gear, ideally you probably want to put crit defense rolls on pretty much everyone apart from melee. I find melee goes fine at the end. But with Glocks, I have the increase in the defense related stats. Yeah, defense related stats. So I get a 30% defense related stat increase anyway, but it only really kicks in as a problem in that final phase and the final floor, right? So crit defense is not a bad choice in terms of either rolls or you can put gear on. You probably want to play around with it a little bit in terms of what's going to work best for you guys. But this is the setup I run because, like I said, I don't care about finishing all the floors. We got the basic stat card set, and this is going to be the team I'm going to run. Obviously, again, the team building guide shows you a couple of different teams. This is by far the most consistent team I've found. And without further ado, let's do this. So, the concept basically across all of them is each different debuff will do different things, right? Like, it's just, the snake is so cool. The bird is so cool. The deer, like, they're all cool and like either majestic or badass or... And then there's just this little rat thing. I don't like him. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of me whinging about this. Let's go into this. So, as you'll see, as soon as you spawn in, you'll be attack disabled and you'll be ult disabled, right? So what you need to do is you need to basically, on this floor, you need to move him every turn. And the way you move him is by using debuff cards, right? So, Shock will move him to the left. This is my poison card. The poison will move him to the middle, and then the bleed will move him to the right. Now, every turn you do, you have to move him at least once, or you'll get one of these blocks, right? So basically, what I always do to start off with is I'll move him to the left, and then because I can't really use any other cards, I'll just push Lizalt a bit harder, right? So that's simply what I do. You move him to the left, and then simply when you get your cards back, as you can see shortly, he moves to the left, right? Shock to the left. And now we can attack going into next turn. So that's kind of the gimmick for this first part, the first phase. Now, obviously, you want Tamil Link on the lowest HP, which is my Valenti, so that's why he's going after Valenti. And we will cleanse these debuffs, and melee will get Dark Energy, right? So my entire job here is basically just work him down with melee cards, and then move him as I need to. So what I'm simply going to do here is I'm going to heal up everyone. So I got Lizalt here, which is nice and easy. I'm going to move him so he goes to the right with the bleed card because I have another bleed card, and then I'm just going to basically yeet cards at him until he drops down. So that's pretty much it. This first part is obviously like, it is for floor 1, phase 1, so it is designed to be like, just kind of teach you the mechanics and get you to wrap your head around it. As you can see, I don't really want to do too much damage to these ones, just because you want him to be able to continuously keep moving. If you can't, then you kind of stuff yourself up. Now, as you can see, he also applies a grey debuff. I think that's once you get him under 40%, he'll give you a grey debuff. I was gonna say as long as you can kill him here, you'll be alright. But I didn't top deck any melee cards, which is annoying. So you'll obviously get dissolved immediately. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to do that. I want to move him again, right? So I'm going to use the Valenti card. And then I think I'll just do that to do damage, and then I'll just cleanse, right? Because I want to cleanse that debuff off me. So you don't have any kind of problems or anything with... there you go. So you can hear the ding of getting the debuffed, and then we'll just remove that. So there's no problems with removing debuffs or anything on this first phase. It's the next one that becomes a problem. As you can see, once he drops low as well, he does get a lowering in HP, which is nice. This is pretty much just how's your RNG, did you top deck melee cards or not. So once we work our way through this, so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to simply, obviously make sure he's targeted, finish him off with the melee card, that'll give me ult. I will probably just waste those cards, because I do want to keep a couple of these. Yeah, that'll do. So this will finish him off. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Now, the next phase, I probably should have with this phase, you want to make sure that you actually go in with a buff removal card. Because what will happen is when you do damage to him, he will end up with these buffs, which I'll show you guys in a second. So what we're going to start with is, again, you still want to move him, right? So here what we're going to do is we're actually going to throw some ults out first. I'm actually going to save this. So I'm going to use this ult. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to move him again. So, you'll see once I ult here, he will get these little blue buff things, these little seed things. If he gets to 5 of these, he gets an insane attack buff, and he causes a lot of problems for you. He basically will just one-shot each unit, right? Every turn he'll also get another one. Now, I'm a bit unlucky here because I didn't top deck any. So my only, I didn't top deck any Liz buff removals, because every turn he'll gain one, and if he gets to 5, he'll get rid of them all and get an insane attack buff. So you basically want to either kill him before he gets that. Yeah, enhances the demonic beast, right? So you want to kill him before he gets 5 of these, or you just kill him as fast as you can. So what we're going to do here is we're simply just going to go... I'm just going to, try and kill him as fast as I possibly can. Because I don't want to deal with his attack buff, because... sorry. The only way he actually gets these is if you attack the side pieces. So if you do single targets, okay, cool, you're fine here, right? So as you can see. So the only way he gets those is if you do damage to the side ones. So any AoE will give damage to the side ones. Now, this one is kind of super annoying. If you're using this team with Valenti, what you're going to want to do is you'll see he has a damage reduction stack here. So what this means is he'll get minus 80% damage taken. So to remove this, you need to move him across all 3 platforms, and then he'll lose that damage stack and he'll start getting like an HP lower. So the way to do that with this team is, as you can see, we're attack and ultimate disabled again, like we were when we begun this journey, I was going to say, but when we started the boss, that's what happened. So we're going to basically follow the same rotation. You want to make sure you always have a shock. For me, I want to use this ult, and I'll explain that in a second. And then you want to also make sure you have a bleed. So as you can see, when he is in the middle, there is no kind of invulnerability to anything except his attack. However, as soon as he goes to the left, he'll evade range skills, and then as soon as he goes to the right, he'll evade melee skills. So the process you want to follow for this is you want to shock him. That'll then move him to there. Then you want to ult him, and that'll move him back to the center. And then you want to use a bleed card on him, and that'll move him to the right. That will then get rid of the damage reduction, and then ideally you want to move him back to the center, just because then he can take damage from anything. But this is kind of how ridiculous this boss is, to be entirely honest. This is why I find him this is the first phase, the first floor, the end phase. It's just kind of super annoying. So yeah. Anyway, let's just do that for a bit of survivability here, and then honestly, and then I'll keep that. Okay, so we're gonna move him again. That's all we're gonna do, and then we're gonna use the buff card, same as we did before. Yeah. So now he has a lowering defense, right, which is nice, but again, we still have that damage reduction, so we need to get rid of that damage reduction. We lost our grey debuffs, which is nice, but it means that we've got to keep going. So he did Patience there, which is kind of cool, because that is quite a weak attack, and we have the defense-related stat increase from Liz. But, yeah. Oh. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure it's that phase we just finished. I forgot to mention that if you don't keep at least one red debuff at all times, this red attack card that he does will, not on this phase, in the previous phase, it'll just basically one-shot you. No, wrong. This is why I hate this boss. I'm not cutting, I'm not editing it, because I'm going to talk to you guys in real time. If you don't keep at least one red debuff in the previous phase, so phase 2, then he will basically give you a grey one of these debuffs, and it'll start stacking. And that'll just take away, I think it's 10% of your HP every single time. So, just don't do that. Keep one red debuff. Anyway, onto this. So much crap with this. So we're going to do this to move him to the center. Then we're going to... No, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna heal up everyone, actually. And then I'm just gonna do that to give ult, and then I'm just gonna throw that away. So ideally, we're gonna get to a point here where we're gonna get towards, again, the end of this phase, where we have Liz ult, so I can heal everyone up, and then I can also proc, then I can basically finish with melee, is kind of the idea. This boss is just so annoying, man. So annoying. It's just so, like I said, it's not, I don't enjoy it. It's not fun. So we're doing okay there. We got Foop, we got Patience, but for some reason he's now going after Liz. So we cleansed, which is nice, but it's not going to make any difference. So Liz is still stunned for this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to push and get Liz ult here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him bleed, move him to that side, and then we'll be done. Right, then we're going to be at the point where he'll lose the damage reduction. So I don't, honestly, I'm kind of just going to throw away cards here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move, and then I'm going to use this, but then I'm going to use the bleed, and then I'm going to throw this away. So what this means is that we're going to use the bleed, but whatever happens is the... Excuse me. What it means here is it means the last effect, or like poison, bleed, or shock effect that you use is the one that applies, right? So again, bleed takes him to the right, poison takes him to the middle, shock takes him to the left, right? So now we've moved him all the different areas. He now is lowered on everything, and we've lost that damage reduction, which is perfect, right? We're still tanking fine, we're doing fine here, but what I'm going to now start doing is basically start whittling him away. Now, he's immune to melee attacks, which means I can't use this card. So what I ideally want to do is I want to move him back to the middle, right? It will give him a little attack increase, but I'd rather just get him back there. So for now, I'm just going to yeet ultimates at him, basically, and then I'm going to do this just to keep cycling Liz ult, right? It's kind of the goal here. In fact, I didn't even move him back to the front, which was stupid. I should have. That's fine. We're going to be okay here because we're going to also get his ult back. Now, we don't have any silly overcomes crisis or anything like that at the moment, but he does obviously heal back a decent chunk, right? So I'm not too fussed about the damage I'm taking. I'm going to try and just... I'm going to use this, and then throw the 2 melee cards at him. Because I'm hoping that'll do enough to kill. We'll see. But then I forgot I didn't move him. Alright, so now luckily I have this card, because I can move him back to the left, which means then this will unlock all of this stuff for me again. This is the problem I have with this boss. As soon as you like... I mean, I know all demonic beasts are like this, right? But it's just such a headache. It's such a headache. So we've moved him, so we've unlocked this stuff again. So again, make sure you're moving him every turn. Otherwise, you will get attack and ultimate disabled Grey. I was lucky there because I had shock card. If I didn't, I probably would have been screwed, to be honest. Again, going after my Liz is annoying. I don't know why he suddenly switched, but we managed to cleanse it with melee. So melee is key here, as clutch as. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this and then this. I'm kind of really hoping that this kills. I can't use the range attacks here, right? Because of the evade piece. So I'm just going to use my melee attacks. And this should kill, actually. We should be good. Yeah, okay. Okay. That is floor 1 done. So you always want to make sure you proc a Liz heal, so you go into the next floor with full HP, right? Oh god, okay. This next one is kind of a little bit more straightforward in the sense that you don't need to move him or anything like that. You basically just want to keep him in the middle and destroy the 2 side pieces that he has. Right? So you want to destroy the left and right piece. And that's kind of it. So you'll have a Grey Immortality. And what you want to do here is you want to destroy these pieces. Right, basically. The Demonic Beast does not move, it's assuming a stance. A suspicious one. So like, yeah, applies Immortality on self, suspicion one devices 2 and 3 have HP remaining. Right, so it's these 2. So basically all we're going to do here is I'm actually just going to waste all of my debuff cards and then finish with the poison one so I can keep them in the middle. And then I'm just going to do this. So I'm basically going to clear my hand of all my debuff cards that can potentially move him, right? Because they still do the same process. Shock will move him to the left, Bleed will move him to the right, and then Poison will keep him in the middle. So I want to always make sure I'm poisoning him if I'm doing any debuff, because then he stays in the middle. Because I've got to kill the 2 side pieces. Right, whereas if I kill the middle piece, it means he's then got nowhere to go, and I'm going to have to restart. So that's kind of where we're at. So here all I'm going to do is basically keep on working away at... I never use my melee cards as well, because obviously I want him to rank up, and I want him to get Dark Energy so I can do as much damage as I can to these side guys. So all I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to... Again, I'm going to push Lizard here, and then I'm just going to do 1 and 2, just to try and really work away on these side pieces. Again, don't have to worry about debuffing this turn, which is nice. But I think just constantly cycling Liz ult is the way to go, because it'll just serve you the best, to be honest. It'll just keep you alive. As you can see, working away on the side pieces, we're doing fine. No real concerns so far. Again, first phase, so we're alright. We're going to use the poison card. In fact, we're going to use the shock, then the poison card. And there's the grey one. I don't know why he gave me a grey one, to be honest. I think once you get to 5 of these, you'll get a grey one. So for me, I'm just going to keep cycling results. I don't know, man. And then I'm just going to throw that out as well. So this will give me melee ult, which would be nice. It'll give me Liz ult back, right? And then I'll keep him in the middle. And we're going to just do damage. Just going to yeet the damage at him. So we can still do damage to him, which is nice. He does have a damage cap, but it means that... I don't know why he moved. I'm just going to ult him and bring it back to the center, hopefully. This is one of those bosses where I feel like I have an idea of what happens, but then I don't. Anyway, we're going to ult. Hopefully bring him back to the center. I don't really want to use any more melee cards because... I'm a little bit concerned about killing that middle piece. Not that I think I'm going to, but I would rather not risk it, to be honest. And then there's the cleanse. And there goes that side piece. That's fine, so we'll move back to the middle now. Alright. Yeah. Keep him in the middle. Oh. There you go. So that's where I stuffed up. So you know what I was saying before about that in that second phase you have to have food poisonings, otherwise he applies all those debuffs. That's what happens. So I'm actually going to restart this because it's the second phase that you can't have, that you need to have a debuff, or he does that. So that's my fault. It's not the second floor. It's not the first floor phase 2. It's this floor. You can see I pretty much only do this when I do the boss, and I kind of just wing it half the time. So let's see. This is a weak point and then a stance card. So again, we're just gonna do the same process. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do 4. So we can apply the defense related stats at the beginning because we don't have any debuffs at the moment and we haven't started that whole mechanic. But yeah, this is why. So this is, I suppose, this is not really an ultimate guide, really, is it? It's more of an ultimate-ish guide, or a guide to the boss. So, or at least how I go through and do it. Again, it takes way too long, I think. I mean, maybe I'm just spoilt now because all the other demonic beasts take a lot less time, which is always nice. But hey, okay. So then again, we got to 5, so we immediately got applied one of those. So that was just unlucky RNG. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. Once it gets to 5 of these, you get a great one. It just is what it is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to... Again, I'm going to push Lizolt, and then I will just... 1, and then I will... Yes, just do 2. Then I can merge the cards, because like I'm not really... Like, Glox is pretty much here just for the defense-related stats, and obviously his bleed card. His AoE is kind of useless. So... We're just going to keep on keeping on with doing this. So again, same process as before. Keep them in the center. Kill the side pieces, if you can. So I think he's potentially going to move. No, he's not. Okay, so it's gone to an AoE ult, as you can see, rather than a single target stun. But here what I'm going to do is, rather than cleansing all these debuffs, there we go, I'm just going to heal, and then I'm going to ult, and then I will do this again, and I think he's going to move this time. So I'm not actually even going to be able to get... Yeah, I'm just going to throw away the Glox card there, because I have a feeling he's going to move now. Perfect. That's perfect. Very fortunate there that we did that and got rid of that damage cap. Well, not damage cap, sorry. We got rid of the 2 side pieces, not damage cap. So now he's stuck in the middle, which is great. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to save Melialt till next. Is he going to get another one? He's going to get another. He's going to get another bunch of food poisonings. There we go. Perfect. This boss is the worst. Okay, so I'm simply just going to start trying to... Actually, let's do this first. No, let's not. Let's do this first. This. I want to go, like I said, I want to go into next phase with Melialt if I can. Then I'm hoping just to be able to one-shot the 2 side pieces, basically. So I'm just going to have to slowly work my way through here. Oh, there's the damage cap. Alright. And there's the damage. So these little things will take away, I think it's 10% remaining, or 10% of HP. Not remaining, 10% of HP. And I can't cleanse this time, right? So, I don't know. Just never have fun with this boss. Alright, let's do... Do we think we can kill here if I do... I don't really want to use Melialt, but I also don't want to take another ultimate, and I don't want to take all these debuffs again, ideally. There you go. Okay, additional damage equal to 5% of max HP. So these grey ones, I think, are 5 or 10? Are they? There you go. 15. Never mind. The small ones are 5, and then the grey ones are 15. Perfect. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. If it's not, probably not, is it? We're going to be this close, aren't we? I'm just going to see if I can tank it. If not, we'll restart. And what? No, I can't tank it. Okay, good. Because he's going to ult and probably kill Valenti here, I would say. Oh, I think we're dead here. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't know how we tanked that. Okay. That was insanely lucky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal. And then I'm just going to throw away this ultimate, actually. And then I'm going to throw away this card. And then I'm going to keep this card. Okay. Very lucky there. Very, very lucky. Yeah. Also, again, I don't know why I'm taking so many of these pieces. I don't usually have this many. We're down to 2, which is nice. But I'm not really sure why. So I'm just going to do... that. And then I'll do this to keep him in the center. Then I'll ult. And then... in fact, let's do this. Let's get Lizult again. Let's use this. And then let's use this. Yeah. I usually just clear up to floor 2. And then that just kind of does me, to be honest. Again, it's not... Anyway, you guys have heard me complain enough. So he does disappear now as well on the second turn, on the second phase. So he'll just completely disappear. All these now have immortality, which is fine. Because what that means I can do is, because we have no debuffs, it actually means I can use these debuff cards now, which is really nice. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do this to, again, get melee ult. But then also this will allow me to clear away all of these side pieces up until the point of... obviously they're immortal, so I can't kill them completely. But what this means is they're down to 1, and then he should come back into the center. And then what I'll do is that means I just need to tickle the side pieces. Alright, so he should come back into the center. For some reason he doesn't. I don't know. So there goes that side piece. That's fine. So what I'm going to do here is, again, I want to move him back to the center. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. This will just, like, lower him and work him down. And then... because, again, I don't want to kill the middle piece, right? Because... okay, good, that was him. No, and I can't do that because I can't use Ruin, because now he doesn't have poison. It means he won't move back to the middle. So I'll be right back once I reset this. Okay, so we're back. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to use the shock. Then I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to use this. So this will mean that we don't get rid of the poison this time. So we'll still do decent damage because we did have the Ruin, because we got rid of the shock. But this means we'll move him back to the center, because poison moved him to the center. Again, this is not really, I would say, it's not an ultimate guide. My other ones, I know exactly what I'm doing, where I'm doing, what I recommend doing, why I recommend doing it that way. This one is much more me making it up as I go along, and me figuring out what I have to do. Because I'm not always sure, right? Like I don't know all the time. So what we're going to do, we're going to heal up again. We're going to use this. We'll do this. That should be enough to kill, and then we'll do this. Yep, there that goes. And then we'll finish with melee. So, final phase, floor 2. This one sucks as well. It gets worse. We're down to 1, which is nice. So every round, obviously, we get through, we lose one of those, which is nice. Here he is immortal, but the thing that's really annoying is when the hero survives with 30% HP or less, all stats are increased only by 5%, so it's not that bad. Sometimes you can just bully your way through it. The thing that's awesome is... where is it? Oh, this one. Nope, this one. The hero's damage taken does not during the enemy does not exceed 33% of his max HP. So you need to get within 3%. So you need to get between 30 and 33% in order to kill him without proccing a full revive. It's dumb. It's dumb as oh heck. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this. Nope, I'm going to use this first, and I'll use this, and then I will use this, because again, we don't have to worry about, because we have no debuffs at the moment, so we can just use that as a cleanse, and I'm going to save this for when I can't just cleanse, and then I'm going to melee ult. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I want the attack-related stats from Liz, from this ult, in order to do as much damage as I can with Melee's ultimate. I feel like there might be a damage cap here as well. If there is, it is what it is. But I always try and do that. Right, so again, we've got the poison, which is nice, back to the center. Now I'm probably going to save this for when he decides to just randomly move again. This one is a little bit of just a bit of a stat check as well, because as you can see, he does hit a lot harder. So just cycling Liz ults here is kind of key, and it'll really help you. So what I'll do here now is, again, I'm just going to kind of cycle through Liz ults. I am going to run out of... I'm gonna lose his ultimate with the dissolve, so I'm just gonna leave it. Now I think we're at a point where the whole need to have a debuff or we get a gainer thingy is gone, but I never really risk it, to be honest. So we're just gonna keep on pretending like, well, and for some reason now he's targeting Glocks. Who knows? Yeah. We should survive this again, where we need to just kind of cycle our way through. Yeah, Liz ults, that's fine, that's good. So we're going to do this, 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 and then I'm going to focus on killing that. Alright, so again, we're kind of just cycling what we need to cycle at the moment, getting him down as low. Once that second piece is, once that's gone, he loses his immortality, and now we just basically want to get him to about here, so I can then try and one-shot him with a melee ultimate. So here we'll probably get him down to, yeah, I think we might be okay. Again, we're getting kind of, it's just like a stat check. He does a bit more damage here, but that's okay. We're getting enough Liz cards, which is saving us, to be honest, that we're getting kind of lucky. Because as you can see, if you don't cycle Liz ult basically every turn, you're in a lot of trouble. So we'll do that. We're going to do... I'm going to do that, that, that. And then I'm going to see where this takes him down to. Because this might take him too... Yeah, this will definitely take him too low, I think. Yeah, I don't really want to proc that, if I can help it. So I'm going to reset and try a couple of different combos to hopefully keep him just above that, because it's only 5% stat increase, but it's a full heal as well. I don't really want to have to deal with that, so I'll be right back. Okay, we've tried a bunch of different combos, so I've got to try a couple more different ones just to see what will work. We're going to try it this way around, because I tried it a different way and it didn't go as well. That's about perfect, I think. That's about perfect. And then melee should finish us off here. Okay, thank God. That took about, I don't even know, 5-6 goes to try and get the right combination, but we got there. Okay, that is floor 2. Now on to floor 3. Again, we'll probably get to the final part, and then I probably just won't finish it. I'll explain it to you guys. We'll give it a crack, and if I don't get the right RNG, then I'm not going to bother, because I've tried it a few times, and the RNG is just a bit of a nightmare. Again, you probably should have crit defense or crit resistance food, but I just don't, because I don't care enough. You guys let me know how you're going down in the comments. If I've missed anything or got anything wrong, please let me know. I'm by no means perfect. I'm just kind of doing this boss like you guys and figuring stuff out as I go, and pulling from where I can. So if I got it wrong, I'm happy to hear from you guys. But yeah, so in order to move him this time, you need to use all 3 debuff cards. Now, I'm pretty sure it also has to be in that order. So it has to be shock, and then poison, and then bleed. What this will do is this will move him to the right. Now, once we move him to the right, we want to keep him there. Ideally as much as we can. So what that means is once he moves to the right, he'll start getting an all stats lower. I think it's once every 2 turns or once every turn. And you don't want to move him to the left. If he moves to the left, basically anytime he moves to the left, he gets a buff. Anytime he moves to the right, he gets a debuff. And they're grey. So we want to keep him to the right if we can. And how we do this is kind of just a little bit of RNG and luck. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to push Lizalt again as always, and then I'm going to use my 2 melee AoEs. That does help me a lot, because it'll help working away on these side pieces. Right now, this left one is the one you want to kill immediately, really. Kind of like I said, right? We're gonna, I think you see, there you go. So there's the all stat decrease. So the more he stays on the right, the more all stat decreases he gets. I don't really care about the healing. I just need to care about killing these side pieces, honestly. So again, we'll probably just keep rolling through Lizalt. And then we are going to ideally keep up, well, I want to keep going for the next phase. I want to keep a shock, a bleed, and a poison. And then ideally I want Lizalt and Melialt. Perfect, and then this should stop him from... Good. So I don't want to move him back to the left, because he'll move, go back to the right. Okay. So sometimes RNG means he will just move back onto that right one, which is perfect. That's really, really nice, but obviously this time he didn't, and is got an AoE Petrify. This is also why, again, Meli's really, really strong, because he'll help with that. So what I'm going to need to do here is... I'm probably just going to do this again, to be entirely honest. This will give me ult on everyone, and then I'm just going to merge these together. I probably could have done the AoE with Glocks, but what I'm focusing on right now is getting him back onto that right-hand side, which means hopefully he goes again. Okay, so we got poor RNG there. But what this means is it means because I have the shock, the bleed, and I probably should have kept that, to be honest. But because I have the combo again, the shock, the poison, the bleed, it means I should be able to get him back over to the right. So if I do... no, wrong way around. So if I do shock, poison, bleed, and then I'm just going to throw that away, it should mean I can get him back onto that right side with this combo. This is where it's even more fuzzy than the rest of it. I think this is how it works. This is how it happened last time for me. This is how I managed to move him back, which is nice. But again, I still want that combination of cards for the next turn. Yeah, good. So he's back to the right now, which is good. So it should mean he gets a... we want to keep him there because he gets the all stats lower, right? Okay. So now that he's there, my entire job is to keep him there, which we'll be able to do this next turn, right? Because we'll do this. But then, honestly, I'm going to slowly work on... Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to work on keeping him there while not overdoing it, right? Because I don't want to get him too low, because I want to... Yeah, good. Because I want to be able to have Liz ult, Melee ult, and then the 3 different combinations. I don't necessarily, I suppose I don't necessarily need Liz ult immediately or Melee ult immediately. Okay, that's a good start. We should be alright here now, actually. Because see, as you can see, like the stats just keep lowering, so he's not really hurting us at the moment, which is good. But we can cleanse that. That's good. So that's shock. That's bleed. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. then honestly I want to keep the rest. So, I can just do... No, I don't want to take up the hand space just yet. Ideally. Oy vey. Okay. Again, because he's getting the all stat lowers, I'm not too fussed about hanging out in this phase for a little bit longer, because we're tanking fine, right? And we're getting the run through Liz. We're getting the RNG we need. So again, as you can see, every second turn it looks like he changes, I believe. Okay. That healing is annoying though. So again, I think I'm just going to Liz, that, just to clear the hand, keep ults, and then we'll also then get thingy ults as well. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm hoping this does enough damage, but I'm really not sure if it's going to. Nah, we're not going to get close. Okay, that's fine. We can hang out here for one more turn, because we now have everything we need for the next phase. And I'll show you why we need all this set up for the next phase, and why you want the whole Liz ult, melee ult, and then all the 3 different combinations, right? This healing up is annoying though. Give me a couple more melee cards would be really nice, but again, it's not really affecting us, right? Because we can just chill. We're straight chilling at the moment. Because we're at what? Yeah, it's a 10% all stat lower, so he's just getting weaker and weaker, so it's a 40% decrease, so that's fine. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. I probably should have done the shock first, actually, for the increase in damage. That's from Glocks. Yeah, I definitely should have. That's fine. Again, if we hang out here, it's not the end of the world. But having this set up for the next phase is super important, because what that'll mean, I'll just explain it now while we're chilling. What that'll mean is it'll mean with the attack related stat boost plus melee ult, it means I'll be able to one-shot the 2 side pieces, which is what I want to do again, right? But I'm not seem to be getting any damn melee cards. Because that's what I want. Is again, because we want to... I'll explain when we get there. Let's just get through this first. Let's do this. And then, you know what? We're going to ult, because now we have these. So we've got the perfect combination again. We keep top decking Liz cards, which is very nice. This is just takes a little bit of time, basically. Because he does keep healing himself, and I'm not getting the melee cards. I'm getting the Liz cards, which is nice to keep kind of healing everyone up, but yeah, I'm not getting the melee cards. Because he's just going to keep doing that. Okay. He's patiencing now, because the stats are so damn low. Far out. Alright, again, we'll just keep cycling through this for the moment until we probably would have had melee ult again by this point. For the amount of Liz ults we keep farming up. Yeah. Not close enough. That's okay. One more should do it. And then we're ready. I guess. Yeah, he's not healing as much now as well because his stats have gotten lower. We're patiencing now. We've got a, what, 70% stat lower? Doesn't go any lower than 80, so... cool. So let's do... and that's all she wrote. That's what we need. Surely. Thank you. Okay. We finally got there. Now, phase 2. Very similar process, we just want to move him to the left. Now, moving him to the left will give him those seed debuff things that he gives us in grey, and then moving to the right gives him attack-related boost or something like that. So what we're going to do here is I am going to go 1. Nope, wrong order. So I want to go shock, poison, bleed, and I'm just going to... Nope, I'm going to ult first. Let's get rid of that. Just to clear our hand up a little bit. Shock, poison, bleed. So, and then what this will mean is Going into next turn, he'll move to the left, and then I can use Liz ult to give myself the attack-related stat boost. And then I can use melee ult to instantly one-shot the 2 side pieces. What? Why did he not move to the left? Okay. I don't know why he didn't just move to the left then. I guess I'm going to have to try and farm up all the other pieces again. Oh, maybe... Yeah, I don't know. He should have moved to the left. I don't know why he didn't. Let's just... I don't know. I guess we'll keep trying to knock him down a little bit until he does move to the left. I need to try and force him to the left again. So hopefully we get another couple of shock and poison cards. So we can go. He should have gone to the left. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe it was the order I did it. No, that's not good. The right's the bad one. We don't have the right thing either. Okay. If anyone knows what happened there, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Because I don't. All I know is he should have gone to the left there, and then this should have been the simplest one, to be honest. This should have been the simplest one. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then I'll just throw that away, I think. Because I need the shock card. In order to push him to the right side. Because I think here he'll start to get an attack boost. I'm pretty sure. Thank you. Okay. He's on the right side now. So, maybe it's the ultimates that make him move. I'm not sure. Because I know it's the ultimates the next turn. There we go, and we got one of those food poisonings. So, we're just going to do this. We'll do this. We'll do that. And then we will do that. Just to make sure, I guess. But this should be enough to wipe the 2 on the... Yeah, there we go. So we got rid of the side pieces. That's what we need to do. He's now going to hang out here. He loses his immortality. And he'll also start stacking those things that he's just given us. So... And back he goes. Yeah, I do... Okay, good. I do need to keep cycling Lizalt here. Because otherwise, yeah, it's going to start to get a bit rough for the squad. So now 3 of my guys have it. I don't know why. That hasn't happened before. Hey. Whatever at this point. Let's do... You know what, actually? We're going to save... We're going to save this melee card, because you can see he's going to stance next. And I've already got 2 seeds. So if I use this 3rd one, he's going to go back to nothing. But if I don't, then that means he will... I'll be able to stance cancel immediately next turn, which will be nice. So let's do this. Let's see if we can tank the ult as well as the random grey debuffs we now have, for whatever reason. This will be nice because this will give him 2, and then I'll just take away both of them. Didn't do as much damage as I was hoping for, but... And there's that damage. He's going to ult us, but we have ult as well with Liz. Okay, good. There you go. So now he's starting to stack those things. Which, come on, Glocks, tank it. Oh, we should be okay here. Okay, yeah, so there's the... There's that. So we're going to do... let's do that, that, that. I don't want this to kill, ideally. Hopefully it doesn't. Not even close. Okay. There's the buff removal, and then hopefully one more stack. And then this should finish him off, maybe? Might finish him off at the end of this turn. Nope, it won't. But he's got the second one now, which is good. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to save my Liz ult here, because I do want to top deck it as well for next turn, or for next phase, sorry. Even though we're taking a lot of damage. And then we got double. There we go. Okay. And there he dies there from the second one. And we almost died too. Okay. Final phase. And he took away my ult gauge. Perfect. I need to do this. Okay, so with this one now is basically if you use an ultimate, he will move. Right? When he moves, you want to move him to the right. And you want to take away the 2 left pieces again. Once you do that, for however many of these grey stacks above your head you've got, is how many immorts he will lose. Right? I think, I can't remember if it stops at 4 or if it can go up to 6. But basically, once you get rid of the two side pieces, the left and the right ones, you can then start working your way through these. So let's see how far we get. We got the worst passive in this, like losing ult gauge is just the worst. So if you get that, I'd probably just recommend restarting, because now I don't have ult and I'm probably dead here. Unless I can try and do a bit of life stealing back, but I also don't have the poison I wanted. I don't, like, yeah, it just kind of... Anyway. So we're just going to do this, and we're going to hope that we can tank it. If not, I kind of feel like I need to come back and show you guys, but we'll see how well this goes, because I feel like we're about to lose 30% of our HP for Glocks, and I feel like that means he's just not going to be able to survive, which then means yeah, there's no chance my team survives here. Okay. Yeah, unless for whatever reason he suddenly decides to change. Nah. Okay, I'll be back to this point, and hopefully we don't get completely screwed again, but bear with me. Okay, we're back. We have a different passive, but we're not in a better spot, because my RNG, as you can tell from my hand, is awful. So what we're going to do is, I'm not really 100% sure how to move him, to be entirely honest. I don't think it's to do with this anymore. I'm pretty sure it's to do with ultimates. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear out my hand as much as possible. I want them back to the right if I can. But so we're just gonna throw out all the debuff cards to get rid of them. And if we get some RNG and he moves to the right, then that's good. But yeah, also the longer you take to kill him as well, the more of the grey seed debuffs you'll get as well. There we go. So move to the right. Perfect. No idea how he did that or why he did that, but we'll take it. So we're gonna defense buff up, and then ouch. Well, I'm dead here, right? So there goes my Liz. Honestly, like I said, I think I'm done, fam. To be honest, I don't enjoy this boss at all. So basically, the idea is keep him on this right hand side, kill these 2 left pieces as quickly as you can, right? So for example, we would do this, and then this. You don't even necessarily need to move him to the right immediately. What you need to do is you want to get him to the right, like once you've kind of walked him down a little bit as well. So you can get him to the right, and then once you start stacking the grey seeds, the more of those you have, the more of these immorts will disappear. And then you can eventually get him down to he has no immorts, and then you can then kill him. But to be honest, that's I'm done. That's my run. I don't even know if I'll call it a guide. That's my Ratatosk run. Like I said, I pretty much just hang out on floor 1 and 2, because the RNG is so heavy on this boss, and like I appreciate it's a brand new boss, but like these things have a 10% damage cap. So does he. Like it's not fun. And he again becomes more of a stat check here. He starts to hit very hard, or a lot harder. So there you go. There's the grey food poisonings. There's all my team gone. So yeah, best of luck if you guys are trying it. Like I said, I'm sure there's some stuff in there that I definitely stuffed up, and it's definitely don't know everything. But I'm gonna go back and edit all the stops and pauses out of this. And best of luck if you're giving it a go, because it's a headache. And again, Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, what I've missed, what I haven't missed. I hope this was semi-helpful. It's not as good as my other guides, but it'll have to do for now. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers.